Hasan and friends have been catching quite a bit of flack lately because their various shenanigans, things they've said, panels they've done, ranking people's Muslimity have caught the attention of advertisers, and they're second guessing continuing to advertise on Twitch. So obviously, people aren't going to be too happy with Hasan and friends for that. Best friend Kick tweets Twitch streamers using the content classification labels for politics slash sensitive issues and generative themes are making $0 in ad revenue. Streamers have come out claiming Twitch tags such as Iran, Venezuela, Black have also impacted their ad revenue. So the tags are Twitch's response to this controversy, and you're supposed to label your streams with these different tags, such as politics and sensitive issues or generative themes. And that way, advertisers in the background, they can say, well, we don't want to advertise on anybody that has, these different boxes checked. So this guy, Kaysan, is talking.
I go to my Twitch dashboard, right, this month, and I noticed that I was receiving $0 in ad money this whole month. I was receiving no money in ads while running ads this month, right? You guys are laughing, but it's actually a little disappointing,
I'm losing money, and you guys are laughing.
weird situation because I ended up messaging my Twitch rep, who I'm not gonna name, and I asked her. I said, "Hey, this has to be a mistake." I go to my activity, and it says that I'm running 180-second ads every 8 minutes, which is strange, right? I see it. It's on my activity. It's on my activity. I message her. I say, "Hey, do you mind looking into this for me? This is a little strange." She came back and told me that essentially I got demonetized because I had Iran as a tag. You guys know on the bottom, it says FaZe English D10 FaZe playing Call of Duty. And I got demonetized because I had Iran as a tag. As you guys know, I am Iranian. And I've had that same tag for about 2 years.
And I mean, that makes sense, right? Advertisers are not going to want to be associated with just some random guy who lives in Iran, right? That would be a terrible look for them to be associated with just, I think he's in phase, oh yeah, he's got the FaZe Clan logo back here off to the side. But yeah, just, it's actually some random guy in Iran because he tagged the stream with where he lives, gets zero ad revenue now.
And as you guys know, I don't speak about politics. I don't come on here and speak about politics. I'm actually very curious to know if streamers like Hasan Abi have been demonetized for talking about politics. Um, but now I'm not gonna sit here and blame Twitch necessarily because I don't know the facts. But I do know that she said that it was the advertisers who have been steering away from quote unquote politics. I think because of the election. So I guess advertisers didn't want to run ads on my stream.
Right, so the way he's talking, it doesn't sound like he's even really followed this at all, because it's not really because of the election. It's because of very inflammatory things a handful of politics streamers have said. That's pretty much what it is. There's like, uh, I don't think Hassan was actually at this one, but a bunch of his cronies, Frogan, Denims, I can't remember all of them, but they're up on a stage. In the background, they have, like one of those panels where it just repeats a bunch of logos. And it has Chevron's name plastered on there with their logo over and over and over again as these people are ranking different streamers essentially on how Muslim they are, how allowed they are to say, I can't even remember what it is, some word.
Because
And this guy just thinks it's because of the election or something, and he lost all of his ad revenue for a month because of those politics streamers, and he's just like, well, no, I guess the election, the advertisers like that fucking blows, man. He's getting screwed over because it's something he's just completely unaware of. Not only is he not involved, he didn't even really know what's going on that caused it.
I had Iran as a tag. Now I don't necessarily know, but I thought it was a little strange. And yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a little weird. I would have appreciated though if Twitch probably reached out beforehand and told me, "Hey, it's politics season, it's election season. If you want to make money on ads, you should probably take this out." I didn't receive any message. So the whole month of November when I was streaming and whatnot, and I was running my ads properly and it was on my activity, I made no money. I got demonetized because I simply had Iran as a tag as an Iranian. So I don't know. I don't want to say Twitch because I don't know if it's necessarily their fault as they claim it is the advertisers who choose chat. The advertisers choose where to run ads.
You should still be mad at Twitch though, because the reason that advertisers are upset is because of how Twitch runs the company. Like you can't just the advertisers, as much as lame as it is that they do this sort of stuff, it's fairly predictable. Like, they only want to advertise on pretty sanitized stuff. So if Twitch can't, get it together where advertisers aren't next to content that they definitely don't want to be around, pretty obviously. Like I don't think any advertiser really wants to run after Hasan says America deserved 9/11, or Dan Crenshaw got his eye fucked out by a brave Mujahideen soldier. Most advertisers not going to want to be associated with that sort of stuff. But Twitch didn't have that foresight, or chose to do nothing about it if they did.
And I think they may have viewed me as political because I had Iran as a tag. I don't know, man.
All of his Twitches say, nah, L Twitch, L Twitch.
I don't want to get banned. I'm not slandering Twitch's name. I just want to speak the facts of what it is. I thought it was a little strange, chat. I don't know if you guys agree. I am very curious to know if Hasan made money this month, chat. I'm very curious. I'm very curious to know if Hasan has made money because, as you guys know, I'm a man who has preached nothing but world peace. I don't politic. I don't none of that. I just But if he did, I'm actually curious if someone could clip this and ask Hasan. I would love to know because if he was demonetized this whole month and didn't make a dime, I'm very curious because that would probably make a lot more sense. But I will say,
we will find out whether or not Hasan has been demonetized. I think at least in part because of this guy asking it. Maybe it was already said before that.
Advertisers, anybody who or anyone in my chat who's watched me for as long as you guys have watched me, you guys do know I never speak about politics here. This is a very, very free zone for any ethnicity.
What are you talking about, man? You mentioned that you live in Iran. That's very political. Very political.
Any religion, anything. You guys know I don't judge. I will never, ever judge you based on what you are, no matter what it is. Who you are, it does not matter. But what was the tag? The tag was
Very
Iran.
brave. Crazy. So that's one guy. Here is BigEx talking about a similar situation with Venezuela Tag.
I got to be able to do something because on my contract it says that I'm paying. I'm getting an extra percentage of, bro. It's on my contract. That's how I know this can't be legal. It's on my contract. Nobody warned me. No, my partner manager didn't hit me up. Nobody said nothing. This is on my contract.
I didn't think this guy is almost certainly wrong about it being in his contract. I very much doubt that in his contract it says you are entitled to bare minimum X amount of dollars. Almost certainly just a percentage sort of thing. But, he still has every right to be mad at Twitch for this. Just, he's not exactly right on the details, I don't think.
That I'm supposed to be getting paid for ads and a certain percent. This is on my contract. This nigga Dan Clancy looked at me in my fucking face and told me he appreciates me working on his platform and being a streamer, and he wished me success, and then y'all fucking give me $0 of fucking ads because I'm Venezuelan? Because I'm Venezuelan. This is not real. Does this have to do with like what's going on in the world with the elections? Is this real life? Is this real life?
Yeah, another guy, he doesn't follow any of this. He doesn't know the unhinged activities of Hasan and co. And again, he's getting screwed over for just letting people know that he's in Venezuela.
Bro, I'm not even laughing, Russ. It's a bunch of niggas in the chat laughing. I'm not laughing because I know how much hours I put this month, and I did it for a fucking reason, nigga. Like, what is going on that randomly I don't get no money because I'm Venezuelan? Where does this randomly come from? Let's test right now. Is there any plebs that are getting ads? Can anybody let me know if they're getting an ad? Let's test right now. I took it out. Boom. The world doesn't know I'm Venezuelan. There you go. If that's what y'all wanted, the world doesn't know I'm Venezuelan now. I'm just an American. Is anybody getting ads? I just got 6 ads. I just watched 7 on God. I just had one. Okay, so now that it's gone, now that the world knows I'm not Venezuelan, now ads are running. Yo, this can't be real.
And that's science to me. The chatters said they got ads as soon as he took the tag off. It's confirmed. It's confirmed. That's how it works.
Right? Like, oh my God, bro. We might be doing bad. I'm not gonna lie. This world might be going to shit. There's no way I'm not getting paid out of 7 years of fucking loyalty to this fucking platform because I'm Venezuelan. I'm not gonna lie. This cannot be real life. I cannot fit this in my head, bro. I cannot fit this in my head. I cannot fit this in my head. I'm in America. I was born in America. I've been a content creator since I was 15. I stuck to Twitch for like 5 years for niggas to tell me you're not getting paid because you're Venezuelan. No warning. That's the worst part. Nobody told me nothing. If Kaysan doesn't find out, I would have went the whole month and made no money off of streaming.
Yeah, I don't know, that sucks. I forgot he said that he was 15 when he started, so he almost surely has zero real world life. So he needs to make his money on Twitch at least for the time being.
All of the fucking
This guy's Yusuf 7N, I'm gonna guess.
the people saying that Twitch like is not paying people for their ads, bro. Yo, what the fuck did I do, bro? Why did they get me? Nigga, I just be chilling. Why the fuck did they get me, bro? Nigga, brother, what the fuck did I do? Cause you have black.
He just keeps undressing more and more as he states his grievances against Twitch.
In your tags? Shut the fuck up. Are you serious?
There it is. There's his crime. Tagged as black. Because I can't 7NG English or his name. I almost certainly that's the one it would be.
Bro, I looked because I seen people saying that on Twitter, bro, and I looked at my fucking ads. Nigga, they cut my ad, like the amount of bread I get for each ad, like by like 70% in a week, just out of nowhere. Just out of nowhere, just 70% less, bro. Like literally just out of nowhere. I'm running the same amount of ads, but I'm getting paid 70% less for it, bro.
So that would be wild if if it actually is running the same amount of ads and just not giving them as much money, or otherwise, what, advertisers cut the rates that they're paying Twitch that quickly? There we go. We did that. Goes on. More from best friend Kick. Lacy crashes out on Twitch for taking away his ad revenue. If I want to make $2,000 a day, okay, we don't need to quote me. We'll just listen to
I'm
it.
seeing all these streamers, clips of them talking about their ad revenue and how they're not getting paid from ad revenue here and there. Me personally, I don't check my revenue on Twitch. So all these streamers talking about it, it made me want to go check mine. So I go and check my ad revenue, and yeah, I'm not getting ad revenue. I'm not getting the correct ad revenue. Now, the issue with this is I don't even have tags in my name. I don't talk about politics. I don't do anything. And my ad revenue went from $10,000 plus.
Some people in his chat are saying clip farming, cap, or whatever. And he does sound pretty sarcastic here. So, I do think he's up somewhat, but he probably had his ad revenue impacted at the very least.
At some points per day to now like $2,000 a day. So from someone who was making up.
Yeah, like I don't think he's seriously expecting anybody to feel bad that if you'd say, oh man, I went from $10,000 a day to $2,000. Hey guys, it's messed up. Messed up.
Upwards of 5 figures a day, now only making $2,000 a day off ad revenue. Something's wrong. Something's going on where my ad revenue is not correct and it's not what it should be. If I want to make $2,000 a day, I'll go be a fucking mailman, okay? Exactly. So Twitch, if you don't fix my ad revenue and put it back to normal, I'm not going to be streaming on the platform. I don't care. I don't do this for fun. I don't do this. This is my job. I do this to make a living. So if my ad revenue does not go.
Yeah, and you can't make a living off $2,000 a day. Nobody can. Not in this economy.
Back up to what it needs to be, I will not be streaming anymore. Simple as that.
Tell him, Lacy. Phase HQ tweets out, stable Ronaldo says he is not getting paid from ads on Twitch, and if it's not fixed within the next 2 days, he won't be streaming for the rest of the month.
hate you.
If my ads are not fucking fixed in the next 2 days by November 15th,
Yo, good look for the sub.
I am
Hello,
not
Ronnie. It is your father. I miss you.
I am not streaming for the rest of the month. I'm just being honest. You guys could say
Yo, good look for the sub.
classic.
They'll-
His notifications are so obnoxious. It's just I think it's just him saying thank you, and so it's very confusing what's going on, especially when you're not used to it, because it's just sounds like himself talking over himself.
You guys could say this, you could say that. No, I'm being so fucking serious. I swear to God, you guys can joke all you want. You guys can
Yo, good
joke
look for the sub.
all you want.
You're mutted, buddy.
I'm not fucking. This is what it's called.
I think you're mutted.
This is what it's called. It's called my viewers are getting ads. Correct? You guys are getting punished
Yo, good look
with
for the
ads,
sub.
and I'm not even
Ron.
getting paid. Why would I do that to you guys while doing that to me? Like what? That means Twitch is getting the
Yo,
money.
good look for the sub.
Hate you.
If my ads are not fucking fixed.
Yeah, I mean that would make sense if this guy is accurate there, and he's running the same amount of, and Twitch is seemingly just pocketing more of a difference now. Maybe weird. Lalo says, "Repeat after me. Thank you, Hasanabi." We got this one. Awkward or Awk 2000 says, Mizkif thinks Hasan should be banned if streamers lose their ad revenue.
I personally just wish politics were permanently banned off Twitch. I really do. I think a lot of stress and a lot of problems would be gone if they're just like, hey, you want to be political? Get off the website. You want to be a political boy? Go to Twitter. Don't do it here anymore. I swear. I think all political streamers should be banned. If you're really political, then get off. Because if we can't handle it with the ad, if it's gonna affect ad revenue for everybody, it's gonna ruin the website. You might as well do it anyway. You have to. You have to.
And that is pretty fair. If a handful of streamers are jeopardizing everybody on the site's income and kind of the site's ability as a whole, if advertisers are going to pull out, I mean, yeah, it probably makes more sense to just get rid of them. But Twitch is deciding to keep them. Dan Clancy's favorite streamer is Hasan, though, or that Hasan, or maybe some young female chest streamer.
Hasan gets banned. If it affects every content creator losing ad revenue, which also might affect the entirety of Twitch, Hasan should get banned. I personally just wish politics were permanently banned off Twitch. I really do.
I think this next one is Hasan. Yes, Hasan was very upset and might have gotten some angry DMs. Or sent some angry DMs to Mizkif. Wait, I'm confused. Is what I said about the politics thing mean to Hasan? Isn't it just the most obvious take? That if we are losing all ads and Twitch fails equals ban politics? Yeah, I agree. I don't know. Didn't feel like I said shit. So, Mizkif feels, he's doubling down on how he feels about it there, even after he got a talking to from Hasan by the sounds of it. Twitch finally getting some mainstream attention about their anti-Semitism problem, courtesy of @Independent. Congressman Richie Torres is cited in the article. And here's Independent, and oh yeah, that's just mentioning the representative guy there. And then this one is kind of funny. Dan is very, very invested this to an unhinged level, but I'm here for the show. Dan Saltman reveals that Reddit is freaking out after he got legal and Congress involved in the unjust ban r/Hasan Piker.
I'm going to tell you something. Do you know what I did? And I haven't gotten a response yet. I know that they're fucking freaking out at Reddit. I sent an email into legal at Reddit, and to their contact at Reddit as well. And I sent it to a few of the people, high up people at Reddit, and I CC'd 3 congressmen, and one of them responded, "Can I get a follow-up on this?"
So that's pretty funny. So he emailed higher ups at Reddit with the representatives CC'd, and then Reddit did not reply to the email, it sounds like. And so one of the representatives followed up like, "Hey, we actually want to hear about this. It's not just a bluff that he has us CC'd on here. We want to know, Reddit."
And now there's been no response so far. So they have a fucking ticket in with a congressman being like, "Hey, can I get an update on what's going on here exactly?" And some fucking Hasan dicksuck admin is probably out there like, sweating the fuck because they're going to have to explain why they banned a subreddit that has the exact same fucking rules. And I did it when I set up that fucking Reddit, the exact same rules as H3 Snark across the board. Everything was identical, okay? It was fully moderated, okay? There was no brigading. You know what I did? I even put in the submission URL that reddit.com was a banned URL, so you couldn't even submit, if you wanted to, another Reddit profile or subreddit on the site. It wasn't even possible as a comment or as a post.
I think he's pushing back against brigading allegations there. He's saying you couldn't even put Reddit links on the or something like that. This Monstro says he truly is our strongest warrior. And Samoan Dumpling says Dan is king of the autists, and I will humbly serve him. And Redact Dev, I think this is associated to Destiny and Dan as well. I think it's their program or whatever, but they tweet out, "What did at Twitch mean by this?" Notice how they deleted the tweet. But they X out rap, they X out go to the league, and they check stream like Kaysan. I mean, the way that reads most obviously to me is ways that young black people can succeed or get ahead of life, right? Like that's kind of the stereotype that for black people, if you want to succeed, you got to do rap or play basketball. But Twitch says, no, there's a third option. You can stream like Kaysan. And we really love Kaysan because they sent him those bedazzled Nike shoes. And that's the appropriate reaction that he has there. I think these are just the ones that everybody else got sent. Just more regular Nike shoes, but Kaysan gets bejeweled or bedazzled, whatever it is, with Amp, his group on there. It's very, very nice of you, Twitch. Remember when Twitch sent out branded Nike sneakers to streamers? Everyone got the same low tops except Kaysan. Okay, yep. Tom's just some casual racism. Okay, now we got some Asmongold here. Asmongold had before he had said that he would have Dan on. Dan's one of the main guy rallying against Twitch right now. Best friend Kick says Asmongold will go to Kick and Rumble if Twitch bans him for exposing everything.
Like one person can do something and nothing happens, somebody else does something and they're permanently banned. I think also the moderation is extremely biased. It's obvious that it's biased. And I think that, again, this will become more evident over time. And so what would you do if they auto-ban you the moment you bring them on? Well, if I'm trying to hold the platform accountable for allowing people on the platform that openly commit felonies and use the platform as a vehicle to commit felonies, and I get banned for that, honestly, rip bozo, right? I mean, let's be real. Rip fucking bozo. Like, that's... I mean, I can just go somewhere else and stream over there. Move to YouTube Live. I'll probably go to Kick and Rumble if I get banned on Twitch. Realistically, that's what I'm going to do. These people are making Twitch worse. They've already created a lot of negative...
From what I've heard Asmongold say, most of his money comes from the YouTube channel now. So I would believe that he doesn't care that much, especially if Kick or Rumble throws him a decent chunk of change for going over. He probably doesn't mind taking a bit of a hit to stick it to Twitch or, get away from him.
Negative publicity for Twitch, and I think it's just going to continue to get worse. So, is the stream with Dan?
And he also has like Starforge PCs and stuff. I don't know how much money he's making from those, but I do believe that he doesn't need the Twitch money.
Saltman on. Well, I'll tell you this. I said that if he got banned for less than 2 weeks, that I would do it. He got banned for 3 days. Last time I checked.
Talking about Mike from PA, Mike from or Central Committee, either one. He was streaming and said, if you're in the area Destiny lives in, and I don't know, I have a business opportunity for you, $100,000 if you live near Destiny. And yeah, he did get banned after people made a stink about it. And it was just shy of a 3-day ban. I think it was like 2 days and 20-something hours.
3 days is less than 2 weeks. So it sure sounds like it's fucking on. Probably be doing it later on this week. That's the plan. I want to make sure I get everything together, and then we're going to do it. And we're going to put it on YouTube, too. We're going to go through everything.
Asmongold. Okay, yeah, that's another one. Just reiterating that same sort of thing. We don't need to go through another clip of that. Asmongold puts all the blame on Twitch for the adpocalypse. They ban people because of their politics.
Massively, massively demonetized. And I think that Twitch has only themselves to blame for this. They only have, it's not my
Run
fault.
more ads in October,
It's not Hasan's fault. It's no person's fault because none of us have the ability to push the red button to ban people. They have the ability to push the red button, and they have chosen not to do it for political and socio-political reasons. It's obvious that they ban people based off of their politics, and I think a lot of people are tired of it happening. That's what's happening. It is completely Twitch's fault, and they need to completely clean house for their moderation team. Their moderation team is biased and rotten to the core. They make decisions based off of bias, based off of...
Yeah, I don't know if that Kaysan guy is just that worried about Twitch hitting him with the ban hammer or something, but I thought it was soft he was with Twitch, but I mean also he did seem to admit that he didn't know all of the details, so maybe he's just being very careful, but I mean it seems pretty safe to say you can blame Twitch at least somewhat. So I do think it was weird how soft he was on him.
Prejudice, and they're not looking at things in a fair and like, let's see, what's a better word for it? Massive.
Oh, weird place to end it, but Best Friend Kick says Asmongold responds to Hasanabi blaming him for Twitch adpocalypse, also Frogan, Dems, and others for taking no accountability. The issue is that people are not taking accountability for the bad things that they're doing, and they're trying to pretend like they're not bad. I got suspended, and everybody said good after I got in trouble. It provided a massive contextualization of all the other people who didn't get in trouble. So, yeah, he's kind of just saying he feels like he has a bone to pick with Twitch after his ban, and then seeing other people who didn't get banned or got lesser bans. Ak2000 says Hasan might be the most gifted natural liar since Trump. Clip 1, we'll just listen.
To know if you have ever been demonetized for anything you've ever spoken, or till this day, do you
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in the past and even like even now, like not only have I been demonetized, I had the reason why that happened.
So he is demonetized now out of his own mouth.
Happened to you is partially a response to this like never-ending smear campaign that's
to know if you have
So yeah, there he says he's demonetized because of things that he said. That's what this guy asked him. But in this next clip,
You're joking, right? I think you're trying to do an ad break debate, even though I'm no longer running ads at the top of the hour. But you can still subscribe for $6 or for free with a Twitch Prime, and you will get a bunch of different things. You will get a bunch of access. You have a lot of new chatters, brother. Just be patient. I know. Why no more ads? Am I missing something? Contract is over, baby.
so now here to his chat, he says, "Oh, just because the contract ended," which Twitch has been. They used to do preferential contracts for the bigger streamers where you'd get a better percentage split of the money, and he did have that for a while, and he's saying it's done now, but he makes it seem like the only reason that he's not making that money now is because just a contract thing that we're not running ads. It's not because I'm demonetized and can't run them anymore. Just contract's over. I don't have to run them at the top of the hour anymore.
Twitch doesn't offer content creators contracts anymore.
Long silence there after that, Hasan. You didn't seem like you knew what to say. So with all this pressure going on, Hasan has crashed out at the ADL because that's what really made Twitch start taking this seriously. Is that people at the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, heard about stuff that was going on at Twitch. Twitch also was banning people from signing up if they lived in Israel or Palestine or something like that for like a year. And all the clips of Hasan and his cronies. So that's why what prompted this for the most.
This kind of stuff, at the very least, was like a little bit more suppressed back in the day. And when there is a permission structure for this kind of, when there's a permission structure for this kind of sentiment, people end up thinking, oh, this is normal. Some people end up thinking, oh my God, this is real. Okay? Don't you agree with him though? What do you mean? Like this, you're such a cynical fucking moron, dude. No, I do not agree with him, you fucking idiot. What are you saying? A lot of people are more invested in fighting their fucking internet daddy's battles in here than the actual fucking problems at hand. Okay? This is a major issue. Like, you are dropping the ball entirely, okay?
So he's mad. Oh, how dare you make any noise about how Twitch runs their business? There are bigger problems out. There are wars going on.
You are personally saying, I'm not even really interested in the rise of anti-Semitism as long as I can use that as a, cynical way to fucking attack you. Why do you think this is happening though? I mean, I've talked about this a million times over.
It's like, yeah, Hasan, nobody actually cares that Twitch is clearly biased. It's just a tool that people are using to take money away from you.
Historically, because of the way that Israel presents itself as the arbiter of Judaism falsely, which is not correct, okay? At times when Israel ends up doing incredibly violent shit to the Palestinian population, people go, oh my God, the Jews are at it again. Because most people don't think about things critically. They just respond to whatever is being presented to them immediately. And on top of that, there is a shit ton of underlying, unexamined anti-Semitic thoughts out there, anti-Semitic sentiment out there. Okay? Trying to get the ADL off his back? No, you fucking idiot. No. You are a dumb fuck. Fuck the ADL. That is the Apartheid Defense League. I literally just explained to you that they do not give a fuck about rising anti-Semitism. They care more about defending Israel. They contribute to a rise in anti-Semitism by doing dumb shit like that and destroying their fucking credibility.
It really, I just feel so bad for Hasan. Every time something bad happens to him, it's because other people have evil motivations. It's just messed up because he's just, running around on Twitch, throwing around flower petals and singing songs, and this happens to him. It's fucked up.
The ADL can suck my cock, you dumb fuck. There's never been a moment where I haven't railed against this kind of sentiment, for the record. So it's so fucking gross that some of you dumbasses that only care about drama come in here to be like, oh, I see you're now finally railing against anti-Semitism. There's never been a day where I have not done that for the past 10 fucking years, okay? Stupid. So fucking stupid. This kind of...
Well, he seems to be taking it well. And then, well, Twitch has all of these massive problems. This is the sort that Dan,
I think we do need
the CEO, this guy up here, these are the sorts of things that he's
to
focused
make
on.
sure we do. We got to keep attracting younger viewers that, grow up on TikTok, when they're 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, even though they shouldn't be.
You
right?
can always
And-
consult with
and-
Mr. Beast's team because they have that down to a science. That is not a joke. They are really good at keeping
they
their
are.
finger on the pulse. But you know what I've learned is that it turns out if you
Jessica, he said his favorite streamer to watch. He doesn't really watch Twitch much or live streams much, but he liked Hasan. He just tells it how it is. He's not afraid to say what he thinks. And then he's been busted when he was showing off some feature or something they added to Twitch. He's going through his feed, and it's just young woman after young woman after young woman that he follows. That's his entire feed. And then he's saying, yeah, I just, think we need to get more 10 to 12-year-olds on this content. They would love this stuff, I'm sure. I like it. I'm sure they'll like it. I don't know about that, man.
if you want a bunch of kids to watch you, you just have to put an enormous amount of money in your title. They will always click a title with a lot of money in it. They love that.
Really?
Oh, they love it. Yeah, well, I mean, look at Mr. Beast's
spent
entire content model.
$100,000.
Yeah, all it is I gave my friends a $2 million car. It's all money, money, money. I bought a grocery store for $5 million. I buried $10,000. It's all.
Like, how out of touch is this guy? He doesn't know that. He's like, wait, what? You put money in the title? That's good? Yeah, dude. Yeah. You have no idea the sorts of things that makes content popular. You're supposed to be running Twitch.
Money. It's just baiting with imagine the power you could wield if you had this capital. It's the whole shtick. And kids, they eat at the trough of it because,
This guy down here is so wildly obnoxious. What is this? Who was this content for? Just kids with goldfish attention? It's awful.
That's the objective of being for a lot of kids, They're at least acquainted with it young. But that's kind of the whole premise, right?
So that's kind of the summary or whatever of the up to Hasan getting demonetized, but we got lots more Hasan obviously.
Day, do you
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in the past and even like his live's mission to get the platform kind of made it that he's never unbanned from the platform. Dude who used to be on the platform, never-ending smear campaign that's been going on, I think, led by this dude who used to be on the platform, who's permanently angry that he's never unbanned from the platform. So he just kind of made it his live's mission to get the platform taken.
But he's sitting here saying, no, none of this is my fault at all. It's just because Destiny has a grudge. That's why. It has nothing to do with actions or my cronies' actions or words. Just that Destiny, the man who apparently can't be named,
taken down now, basically. They've been applying pressure. They've been doing this vicious smear campaign non-fucking stop with the hopes of triggering. Do you remember the Adpoc?
It's a vicious smear campaign. They're just sharing clips of you saying things that advertisers definitely wouldn't like. I get it is lame to do that sort of thing, go after advertisers and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, what are you going to do at this point with Twitch? They seem completely content to just run their website into the ground. So, it's the only thing that gets a reaction out of them, apparently.
Apocalypse?
No, what was that?
During the PewDiePie era on YouTube, all the advertisers pulled out because the media was like, what the fuck? This guy's like saying, this guy is the PewDiePie, the largest YouTuber, is like, you know, saying a whole bunch of stuff online. And then there was like, I think, like all these creepy videos that were targeted towards kids. And then people started writing articles.
You're talking about Spider-Man Elsa videos, or I mean, if you don't remember that, it was people dressing up as various Disney characters, just kid movie characters for the most part, but Spider-Man and Elsa from Frozen were very popular, and they would just, some of them would do very weird things that you would not want your kids watching these characters do, or anybody doing. You wouldn't want your kids watching that. And then PewDiePie said the N-word. It wasn't like in context quoting somebody or anything. He was playing a video game and some guy kept killing him, and then I think he finally got revenge on the guy and he called him an N-word.
Articles about it.
And then articles came out and lots of people stopped making as much money as they had been.
And you know, advertisers started getting worried and they pulled out. Right? They pulled out, and so many content creators like lost a shit ton of revenue. It was known as like the adpocalypse, basically.
Okay.
There was, and at the time, people were very mad. I think Logan Paul with the Suicide Forest contributed to it too, if I'm not mistaken. It was a long ass time ago. I don't fully remember all the details, but basically, at the time, like everyone was really mad at mainstream media for, you know, covering YouTube as a competitor in this like really negative fashion, right? And it caused a lot of content creators, random content creators like yourself, catching strays for no reason and like losing out on revenue.
Right.
And now
So surely he's going to say that he's contributed to this adpocalypse on Twitch, right? Surely he is going to mention that at some point and not say that it's just mere campaign from Destiny and his sidekick Dan, right?
Now these guys are basically doing the same shit.
Without warning, by the way. Without no message, warning, nothing.
Yeah, I think Twitch is just responding to like pressure that's coming from outside groups being like, oh, these guys are anti-Semitic. Twitch has an anti-Semitism problem. And, you know, Twitch has a problem with like political content. It is extremist. And they haven't gotten a lot of motion overall. But I think platforms are very careful whenever stuff like that happens, and they get very worried whenever stuff like that happens, and they turn around and take action immediately. They're like, oh shit, we got to nip this in the bud. And in that process, they get a little bit ahead of themselves, and they end up doing insane stuff like what just happened to you with the Iran tag, where they're like, oh, if you have a tag, they overcompensate out of fear. If you have a tag for any of like America's sanctioned enemies, I guess.
This guy, we've heard him before. He clearly didn't really get why this was happening to him. He was gesturing vaguely at what the problem was. And then he's going to Hasan, and Hasan is explaining it to him in a way where it's not Hasan's fault at all. At all. It's just people doing misinformation campaigns and scaring Twitch into reacting like this. And it's such a shame, man. We're basically in the same boat, you and I. It's really messed up what Twitch did to us, isn't it?
Like Iran or Venezuela or Cuba, then you're not going to get monetized. And one thing that they took was like they created a new content classification system. Like right now, when I'm talking to you, I have a content label: politics and sensitive social issues. Discussions or debates about politics or sensitive social issues such as elections, civic integrity, military conflict, and civil rights in a polarizing manner. Now, I put that content classification label on voluntarily, and that's a new thing. And they did that in response to like all of this pressure, right? They did that in response to
in response to the pressure, not because anything Hasan did, just the pressure.
This pressure, and you know, I'm abiding by that standard, but I think that it automatically, and now there's a
you also could have abided by the standard of common sense and not blown up everybody's spot on Twitch.
There's a link there's a warning that says like this is intended for certain audiences. And I think in the process, they also took me off the front page as well. Like even on election night, when I had 300,
Yeah, I'm sorry, 300.
Yeah, I had 314,000 live concurrent viewers on election night. I wasn't on the front page. Asmongold was. Jinxie was.
He's basically making him. He is. He's making himself out to be a victim here. I earned being on the front page. You know, I was killing it on election. And Twitch, they're trying to suppress me. Really, it is so messed up what they're doing to us, Mr. FaZe Kaysan guy.
Was, and every other content creator that was covering the election was, but I wasn't. So if you, unless you went directly to my website, twitch.tv/HasanAbi, or I guess if
it was his website, but I mean, he did pave it on his own, so that's fair.
I was on your following list already, then I would show up. But there was no other way for a not logged account, unless they typed in twitch.tv/HasanAbi to actually, I would not appear in front of them.
Because you're politically opinionated.
That was, I think, deliberate beyond being politically opinionated. I think they straight up shadow banned me because they were worried about all of this extra pressure that was surmounting on the platform.
Okay. Or maybe you'd say another stupid thing that would jeopardize everybody's money again.
And the pressure is coming from Destiny and his community. Now,
so messed up. Destiny and his community doing this. When everybody knows when another person brings your actions to light and that reflects on you, it's the person who exposed you's fault. Obviously, every shitty person knows that's how it works. You always blame the person who just put information forward, just brought things to people's attention, not the people who did the things that needed to be brought to attention. It's exposing it that's messed up, that's so sick and demented. Hoscord wasn't feeling Hasan bringing up Destiny to FaZe Kaysan in call about Twitch demonetizing Iran Tag. So even the community is like, I don't know about this. Princess Starfire says, fuck it, I'm about to go watch Bob's Burgers. He just started talking about Destiny. M says, or MJ, maybe, I don't know. Please, Hasan, be normal. You're scaring the Huz. Bro, why is he talking about Destiny to this dude? Twitch chat is so unserious. They are all in this guy's chat spamming Haas L. Everybody in the chat was saying L, Hasan for bringing up Destiny. Bro, why is he talking about Destiny to this guy? I'm not sure what's going on there. Adri says, this poor guy. So yeah, even Hasan fans are like, why are we blaming this on Destiny? Why are we telling this FaZe guy that it's Destiny's fault that he's not making as much money anymore? So here, Hasan pulls out his projector and calls Destiny a lolcow. Moo, Hasan, keep on giving us that good milk.
And it's ironic that most people don't even touch it. Most people don't even bother to turn Destiny into a lolcow when he is a fucking target-rich environment for such an activity. Two-time divorce champion, constantly having a hard time keeping up relationships with people because he's.
I'm not gonna say Destiny knows what's going on with his relationships, but I'm pretty sure actually he never got married to the first one. I believe Nathan is a bastard child, so only one divorce, I believe. It's not even really a point in his favor because he had a child when he wasn't married. But I'm pretty sure he has not been divorced twice.
So fucking gross, rapacious little nerd, you know? But the real reason why most people don't even bother to fucking lolcow him in this way is because they don't even want to deal with the repercussions, drawing the ire of his community. That's it. Why are you projecting so much? Yes, brother, I'm projecting. There's not much else you can do in this process. A lot of these dudes, and many of them are in here right now, are straight up they're straight up delusional. They will genuinely repeat the most.
It is crazy how rabid his community is about hating Destiny. They are all just telling this guy, idiot. Don't know what about projecting how.
Delusional shit. They'll be like, oh, you're obsessed. And it's ironic that
well, they're just right. Destiny is clearly obsessed with Hasan, and Hasan is clearly obsessed with Destiny. For either of them to deny that would be dumb, all right? But I don't hold it against either of them because it's good content. I enjoy a good rivalry. So Hasanabi Productions meme account says, for those confused on what's happening, Destiny's community has engaged in mass harassment campaign against Hasan by spamming emails to Twitch advertisers and the ADL, accusing him of anti-Semitism. Twitch made these changes following their public pressure.
Here's some emails, an example template. It's preferred if you deviate from it as much as possible. Subject, urgent concern regarding upcoming appearance with Hasan Piker, and then a whole bunch of emails. Dear CNN, I'm writing to bring an urgent concern to your attention regarding an upcoming appearance scheduled with Hasan Piker. It has come to my attention that Hasan Piker is known for promoting anti-Semitic views and expressing support for terrorism-related activities. Oh, bro, please get a job, brother. Get a job, dog. That's crazy. They have brigading email templates, man.
So yeah, if people are doing anything to report Hasan or his community or anything like that, if it should jeopardize his income, anybody doing that, loser, nerds, disgusting. How could you? New Twitch policy bans the word Zionist amid anti-Semitism accusations. And Hurt Copain says, are Twitch being serious right now? I mean, how could they do that? How nonsensical. Everybody uses it just, so nicely and objectively and in context, and they definitely don't use it in any other type of way. Nicholas Dorio says, Hasan thinks he can use Alex Jones' lawsuit as precedent to sue Destiny and implies he might do it.
Senior media correspondent Sarah Fisher on this.
Now that I think about it, I wonder if there's a way I can use this as precedent to go after.
I wonder if there's a way you could just chew your food, swallow, and then talk into the mic, right? I mean, I haven't been broadcasting for as long as this guy, but I do have the respect for anyone who might happen across my videos that I'm not going to chew into the mic for them.
After a media personality that has impacted my real life experiences and has actively tried to, defame me deliberately by not only engaging in slander routinely, but also beyond the slander, has actively targeted by way of his Discord and by way of his subreddit an interest to harass me and my family members and people that are around me. Interesting. I know just the lawyer for the job. Brother, I know the lawyer that successfully sued Alex Jones at the behest of the Sandy Hook victim families. You guys are talking about Lolo, but I also know the lawyer who personally successfully sued Alex Jones. Just something to think about. Yeah, maybe others should think about that as well.
So you're really throwing it out there as a threat. Oh, Destiny better watch his mouth. Or maybe I'll go Alex Jones lawsuit on his ass. So Destiny welcomes Hasan trying to sue him, would gladly count.
He has, I have an infinitely stronger case against him. The idea that he thinks that he could sue me for defamation because of my opinions about him, when we watch so many of his videos and so many of his clips, what are you talking about? Whereas Hasan, knowingly and, willfully, recklessly lies about me. He knows he does. He is, the misrepresentation is not even close. And I think we're way too close for him to just say, oh, I didn't know. That would be fucking hilarious. But yeah, I mean, if you ever wanted to, oof, you want to try to pull this retarded shit you do on your little on your dwindling stream fan base? You want to do that in court? I mean, we can try that if you want. I'd love to. Sure. He has, I have an infinitely stronger
Destiny,
case against him.
not worried about that. He's ready to take it on. He'd welcome it. So yeah, a little bit of the Hasan versus H3 here. So, Cartman says, Ethan Klein comparing a Muslim anti-war content creator at Hasan the Hun to Osama bin Laden. He got other Muslim and Jewish content creators banned for calling Sabra hummus the lowest tier commercial hummus because a lot of Israelis eat it. What the actual heck? and he's just playing this it's a game that was made where you get a quote and you're expected to answer. Just get the screenshot there of it. Was that a Twitch streamer or a terrorist that's that said that quote? And H3 played that on his show. And Hasan responds to this. He says, "My former podcast co-host misunderstood me when I said in America that anti-Semitism is institutionally unacceptable, but Islamophobia is permitted, if not encouraged. Yesterday, he proved my point." So he says playing Twitch versus terrorist is Islamophobic. So is it Twitch that's inherently tied to Islam, or is it terrorism that's inherently tied to Islam? Why would this be Islamophobic if we're talking about Twitch streamers and terrorists? That's a weird criticism, Hasan. I'm not really sure how we got there, unless you're making some strange association. Ethan responds to Hasan. Question: Why is Hasan in a game called Twitch or Terrorist? Answer: because he is accused of supporting terrorism. That is the beginning and end of this analysis. There are plenty of quotes on the site from non-Muslims. I didn't make the site. I opened it for like 2 minutes and mostly talked about how dumb it is. We immediately commented on how dumb the Osama versus Hasan comparison is. I closed it after 2 minutes and said this game was dumb because it just keeps quoting Sneeko and Myron, which doesn't prove anything. He intentionally quote tweets someone that misrepresents / lies about what's in the video and then calls me Islamophobic for something I didn't even do, all while defending a racial tier list with Jews on the bottom and Arabs on the top. Masterful. And then there's that quote that we just read from Hasan. Ock2000 back again says Hasan fans are organizing mass reporting campaigns against Ethan Klein for playing Twitch or terrorist on stream. So when you do it against Hasan, when you report him, any of that sort of stuff, loser nerd behavior. But his community is absolutely no better. They're totally down to do that, just the same. This is really funny. So I don't know if Ethan's name is banned on the subreddit, or it's just this is a tradition that they have now, a custom, because they don't want to say his name, but they say E playing Twitch or terrorist, where Hasan is next to a picture of Bin Laden. Wouldn't this be considered hate speech under YouTube since it targets a lot of Arab or Muslim users? It should. It is blatantly racist and also targeted harassment, but it takes so much for YouTube to ban anyone. That's what's especially ironic about Ethan's crusade against Twitch, because his main platform never banned Fresh and Fit and is full of out and about Nazis. I'm about to report it as such. I'm about to report that shit too. This is hypocrisy at its finest, coming from him. Edit, it's been reported. Hell yeah, Bad Bunny enjoyer. Wait, Bad Bunny? I mean, it might not be her, but Bad Bunny is the streamer who's at $5? You can't give me $5. You have time to watch me for hours and hours? That's Bad Bunny. So, weird that you would name yourself as a enjoyer of that streamer. Just report it. I recommend everyone do the same. This is so gross. How is this allowed on YouTube? Report this shit. It's literally hateful and abusive content. My goodness. You're just listing quotes from streamers and terrorists. That's abusive content? Yeah, I think this has to be grounds for a ban, if not racism, harassment, surely. I agree. Reported the video. I think this has finally crossed the line, and Ethan's channel should be reported for racism and harassment. He needs to be banned. What happened to Dan, man? God, they're so obsessed. It's pathetic. And Dips City says he's a lapdog of destiny. And yeah, Nick is saying here kind of same thing. For Hasan's take to be true, he would have to believe all Muslims are terrorists. That's literally the only way this coward would be able to hide behind Islamophobia. If you don't want someone If you don't want people to compare you to terrorists, have you tried not sounding like one? And he puts some screenshots of stuff that's on the Twitter terrorist website. The truth is that after several decades of neoliberalism, the rich are becoming increasingly richer, while the poor are both more numerous and increasingly poorer. Fidel Castro. What does that have to do with Islam? Israel has been bloodthirsty and acting bloodthirsty forever. that's from Carolyn Kwan. I think she just got an article written on her by that Alyssa Mercante lady that everybody hates and simps for Hasan. But Hasan didn't want to be part of that article because he's creeped out by her, which he should be from what I've seen. There are no innocents in an invasion. All those who colonize other people's lands share guilt. And it's like a school shooter looking guy. That's what's that got to do with Islam there? Speak truth to the Palestine perspective to defeat the Zionist lies. And Kira chats, that's that Bad Bunny lady there. But yeah, obviously that's Islamophobic according to Hasan there. They can't cope with the fact that the average Hasan Piker sounds indistinguishable from an actual terrorist. This looks like a Reddit post. The most blatantly racist thing Ethan has done. As a Mexican American who experiences racism regularly, this hurt. To see someone I once admired display the same kind of hatred that he, myself, and so many others are facing was painful. Hate doesn't stop hate, it perpetuates it. Ethan, I hope you take a moment to reflect today's episode and think about whether or not your dialogue positively impacted your community and employees. In my opinion, this moment was an all-time low. I'm sorry, but I can't continue supporting this pod if this is what you're going to devolve into. So very upset from what's supposedly, I don't know for sure, but supposedly a 2-minute segment where they even said that it was dumb. And Nicholas Dorio goes on with a picture of says, you will choose a side in this conflict 2,000 miles away that has been waging since before you were born in a place you will never go, with people you will never meet, in the name of religions you don't follow. And that kind of sums up how I feel, but I just don't understand why everybody needs to have a take about this Israel-Palestine stuff. Or, why it needs to be part of, like, your gaming live streaming website. Hasan mocks Asmongold and Dan Saltman for wanting to have a conversation about Twitch's anti-Semitism.
Thanks. When Asmongold said he'd host them for exposing on anti-Semitism, I thought it was strange. Now it makes sense. Yeah, that was really funny. Asmongold's like, oh, if Twitch doesn't get his shit in order, I'll have Dan on. Like, oh no. Oh no, dude. Oh no. Like, thanks. When Asmongold said he'd host.
Oh yeah. Oh, you owned them there, Hasan. That is totally of them. Accurate. So previously, Hasan and this NMP Lol, he was on Hasan's stream, like at the desk, and Hasan asked him if you want to see a music video, and then he just showed him terrorist propaganda guys dancing around with AK-47s and stuff.
Okay, should I play it?
Yeah. I'm ready to hear it.
And so now he's playing North Korean propaganda music for his friends. And, like, this, why can't you just chill and be normal for a little bit with these people, right? I mean, I don't know who the women in the back are, but this NM Plal guy, not a politics streamer, and Hasan is doubling down on doing this to this guy.
It's such a Hasan pick. I've never heard this before.
I've never heard this before. Like it's a thing anybody would have heard. I mean, maybe if you're imprisoned in North Korea, you might have heard it. No, you're not going to hear this.
It's K-pop.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, then I like it. Oh my god. Emily.
Yeah, and so now because his song chose to play this music, there's video of those women doing like some stupid TikTok dance to Korean propaganda music.
What? Why are you laughing?
Hasan is getting in on the music. It seems like he actually listens to this with some regularity. He's into what North got going on.
This is better than the last song you showed me, to be honest. Oh, the Houthi one? This is one is North Korea. What? Yeah. No. Wait, it's fine. It's not like... Are you worried? You got me twice. What? It's K-pop! You got me twice. Oh, no.
What are they singing about?
They're singing about Cholima, which is like a mystical being. It's like a unicorn or like a Pegasus.
Okay.
Oh, very, very strange music choice when you're just hanging with your friends who don't do politics. Hasan is scared of Dan Saltman speaking to Asmongold about Twitch's biased moderation. Wouldn't be surprised if Asmon's inbox is filling up with Hasan DMs. I don't think Asmongold hates me, but I don't think he gives a shit enough to collab with people who are up my ass.
Like, oh man, I'm so sad that like Asmongold's community fucking hates me. What can I do? You know? What can I fucking do? Yes, dude.
You could be a little bit more hinged. I think people would not feel as strongly about you if you're just at least a little bit more hinged.
Fucking you know, oh man, Ethan hates me. Okay. It is what it is, right? This is insane to hear from a politician.
I'll give you 100 grand right now. Please. And Canute. Dude, what an award, man. Oh my God. Please, dude. Please. That
of just hating my ass. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Because like I don't think Asmongold hates me, but I don't think he gives a shit enough to you know, collaborate with people he knows are up my asshole in the most like cynical ways possible. You know what I mean? Be like, oh man, I'm so...
Asmongold's fault that he would want to have a conversation about it. Hasan, in his post-truth echo chamber, denies ever saying...
Hasan, look in the mirror. You're basically as bad as Destiny at this point. You call people pig dog. What the fuck is... I don't even know what the fuck that's about. TikTok comments, dude. The people that like love debate.
You fucking bloodthirsty, violent pig dog.
He reads a comment. I don't even know what you're talking about. Man, these people on TikTok are so weird. They just make up phrases. I don't even know if that's a thing. Weird.
Fucking baying pig. You fucking bloodthirsty, violent pig dog. You fucking bloodthirsty, violent pig dog.
Oh yeah, you tell him, Hasan. You tell him. Okay, and we'll end this off with some Mike from PA Central Committee stuff. With Asmongold starting stream, Mike from PA tries to walk back things in his 1 HP voice. Also, strangely brings up view count to compare to Destiny's from 3 years ago. If he just did his own shit, I wouldn't even care. He's constantly biting our ankles because he can't measure up.
I think the main thing that, like, you know, bothers me about this is it's just like he should just go his separate ways, you know? But he's narcissistically attached to attacking us. So it is what it is.
Come on, Mike. Let's go.
Like if he
Surely
wants to
you
do
got
his
something
own,
else.
if he just did his own shit, I don't think any of us would care. We would agree where we agreed and we would disagree where we disagree. But other than that, we wouldn't give a shit. But he's constantly biting our ankles because he can't measure up.
It's so crazy. Hasan and his crony. This is the guy that offered $100,000 bounty for Destiny's and wellness, which he did say later that it was a bad joke and he deserved the ban for it. So, totally normal now. That's completely reversed. That the fact that he offered money for somebody to hurt a streamer that he doesn't like. Water under the bridge now.
Like sometimes people will say to me that I'm irrelevant that are from Destiny's community. And I'm like, I think I'm relatively irrelevant. I think that's actually true. In the grand scheme of things, I think I'm irrelevant. But when Destiny was banned, he was averaging 3,000 viewers during a stream. 3,000. This month, which I don't expect to maintain. I don't expect to maintain it. This month, I'm averaging 4,500. Last month, 2,946. Roughly where he was when he was banned 2 years ago.
Right, man. 2 years ago. And you're even saying that your numbers right now are a bit of an anomaly because of the election and whatnot. But you're bragging that, oh, my numbers now, at the best that they'll be for the time being, the height that they will reach, that's better than Destiny 2-3 years ago when he was banned. Oh, you really owned him, man. You're so much more relevant.
So what does that say? What does that say about?
Not much.
The
Mike. I mean, it
expectation.
just says you're
People
less
made an
popular. Really, that's what that would say to me.
The expectation. People made an inference based on my joke, and I didn't deliver the punchline, which would be a subversion of expectation. But because I did deliver the punchline, I allowed people to carry that inference, which made that joke. And by the way, even that joke is unacceptable because of a variety of reasons, one of which being it wasn't funny. The expectation. People made an inference.
Yeah, so it's just he didn't finish the joke. That was the problem. If he would have finished it, you would have, oh, that's totally normal to offer $100,000 for that. Now that you add the punchline, I'm on board for that. A good threat. So here's XQC, and really, XQC is one of those guys that I always like to go to. He just knows what's going on. He has a way with words.
Interesting. I wonder what Twitch is waiting for. For people, I wonder if Twitch is waiting for somebody to take one of those jokes seriously, right? When they don't do a good job at making it a joke, which I think you should never joke about, but still. I wonder if they're just waiting for something bad to happen. Seriously. A little 3 days for death threats, no big deal. Yep, I mean, see, somebody's actually paying attention. Can you really make a good joke about something that shouldn't be joked about, though? I mean, it depends. I don't want to say you never make a joke about that, right? But if you're with friends on a call and you're playing a video game and shit gets kind of like banter or whatever, I can see somebody being smart about making a good joke about it, and that's like very rare. That's why I don't want to say never, because I'm gonna be a hypocrite if somebody does a good one on a group call. That's all. Yep. Spending somebody's life a 2.9 day ban. That's crazy. That is. I'm actually impressed. That's pretty crazy. I thought it would be a 2 weeker.
Half the gameplay.
Interesting.
Yeah, 2 week probably would have made sense considering Asmongold got banned for saying a culture was inferior. So I would think offering money would for harming somebody would get at least 2 week ban, but not. And I am very nervous about critiquing this guy at all though, because he did say this earlier, so I will admit I'm a little bit
Organize raids against other channels. And I just want to say this. I straight up don't consent to any insults, any watching of my content. If you watch any of my content, you don't have a license, I will DMCA you. That is what I'm going to say.
You got a license for that? You just running around responding to things that I've said without a license? What do you think this is?
Any kind of bad faith interpretations of what I'm saying, any attempt to make me seem to be saying something I don't believe or don't say, is absolutely not allowed.
He actually went online and said, "You're not allowed to make fun of me." What? How do you make a living on the internet for as long as this guy has? And you think you can say that? What?
I don't give you any consent to review my content. I don't give you any consent to defame me. Organize raids against other channels.
Does anybody consent to being defamed? I don't think that's how it works. I want to hear this again, though. This is a good one.
Organize raids against other channels. And I just want to say this. I straight up don't consent to any insults, any watching of my content. If you watch any of my content, you don't have a license, I will DMCA you. That is what I'm going to say. Any kind of bad faith interpretations of what I'm saying, any attempt to make me seem to be saying something I don't believe or don't say, is absolutely not allowed. I don't give you any consent to review my content. I don't give you any consent to defame me. Organize.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Just so hilarious that I straight up don't consent to any insults. Oh man, I wonder if any kids who were bullied growing up ever thought of that. Telling their bullies, "Hey, I don't consent to any of this, guys." Oh my goodness, that's so funny. But yeah, Hasan and co have tanked everybody's revenue on Twitch, and according to them, it's not their fault at all. And don't you dare react to it without a license or make fun of them for it, alright? It's not allowed. It simply is not allowed.